What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning into today's video. I want to do a quick one going over the PVS31 Alpha goggle. This is my new kind of night vision device that I swapped the PVS 15s for. Fortunate enough, I was able to actually get a set of 31s. I said I was going to do it and I did it. So we'll start with the battery pack here. So this is the cold weather battery pack. It comes with the unit if you get it from any retailer. Or if you get it used, it may or may not come with one of these. There's tons of these floating out on the market too. Takes 4 AA batteries, so this will give you about 40 hours of runtime, I believe, at room temp, as well as it does have a built-in strobe. I've never used it. I don't need a signal aircraft, but that is activated with the switch down here at the bottom. Moving from the battery pack, we'll talk about the unit here real quick. So we'll talk about my gripes first, 2 of which being the IPD stops as well as the shroud that the unit comes with. So I've replaced mine with the Wilcox shroud. I believe this unit came with it because it was a LE buyback or something, so it already had the Wilcox shroud on it. But you will see these units come with either the normal L3 shroud or a Wilcox one. I highly recommend if you get one of these units, switch to the Wilcox shroud because the lockup inside the dovetail is much better than the factory mount. It was horrible. It lasted all of 2 days before I overnighted one from Licentia, just because the play inside the mount was insane. IPD stops, my other gripe, they are really, really easy to adjust. So I find I bump them all the time when I'm like grabbing the unit, grabbing my helmet, or traveling with it. So I constantly, pretty much every time I don the unit, I have to adjust these. Now, the one nice thing is they are captured, so you don't have to worry about them backing completely out. But you will probably bump them once or twice and go and bring the pods down and be like, what the heck, I can't see. But other than that, those are my 2 gripes with the unit. So we'll talk about the features. So up front here, single AA, I almost said CR123, but single AA compartment. So if you wanted to power the unit on board and you didn't want to run the cold weather battery pack, you can do so. I never do, just personal preference. Above the battery compartment cover, you have the gain knob. So this, rotating this clockwise and counterclockwise will increase and decrease the gain on the unit. So basically how bright the image is coming back to your eye. So if you're wearing this unit for long periods of time, you're able to turn that gain knob down and ease a little bit of the eye strain. Now, this is also the on-off switch, so pressing and holding this will turn the unit on as well as turn the unit off. Now, I believe if you triple tap this guy, it will enable the stowage feature, so the unit will power off when it's flipped up and it will power on when it's flipped down. Unfortunately, that does not include rotating the pods out away from your eyes. There are no internal pod shutoffs, unfortunate, but I never really flip the unit up or fillet the pods out unless I'm kind of doing nothing. I will usually just look underneath the unit just like I did with the PVS 15s I had before this. Front lenses are your standard kind of adjustment, just like every other night vision goggle on the market. Clockwise, counterclockwise to kind of focus those guys up. Now, what makes the PVS 31s a little bit different is on the back here, you do not have rear diopters that are adjustable. They are fixed. So if you need your prescription to kind of dial these in and you don't want to wear your glasses, you can actually remove these diopters, buy a new set from L3, albeit they are very expensive from what I'm told, and swap those out. So you don't have to worry about adjusting these to get it to your prescription. Unfortunately, you have to buy new rear diopters. But these are kind of a set it and forget it unit. I found with my 15s and even my 14, I was constantly messing with the rear diopter, changing it to kind of get it focused better to my eye. Whereas these are, you put them on, adjust these front ones to the stars, which is basically infinity, and you're good to go. Now, as you guys know, you can see on this set here, both of the bikini covers are punched out with 556 brass to give you kind of a quick focus slash limit the amount of light that's coming into the unit. So that way you can flip these guys on over top the lens, and then if you need to read something up close, you can do so. Flip them off and go back to having an infinity focus. I find with the 31 Alphas though, they are so good at what they do. I leave these guys on even in use when I don't need to read something up close, just because of how good the image intensifiers are inside this unit. I always leave these guys flipped up. I never really have a need except for pictures where people want to see, oh my God, it's a blue lens. You know, they're PVS31s. That's the only time I'll ever flip these off. But for the most part, they stay just like this. The unit just comes on and off the helmet and gets plugged in and unplugged. So that's pretty much PVS31, guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free, leave them down below. Hopefully soon I can get a recorder so you can kind of look through these because they are a pretty nice spec. But with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next one.